It's in the game. El estadio se inunda del incomparable fanatismo del fútbol, esa emoción apasionante que nos invade. Buenas, y será linda jornada hoy en este maravilloso escenario que es el Estadio Santiago Bernabéu, una de esas grandes catedrales del fútbol europeo. Les habla Fernando Palomo con la compañía grata de siempre de Mario Alberto Kempes. Sin duda alguna una jornada que produce muchísimo entusiasmo en el público. El primer partido de la temporada. Hoy se inaugura todo para este equipo. Real Madrid contra Francia.
¡Ojo, le queda Dué! Ahí está, se define. Fenomenal, porque arranca bien el belga, atento en el partido. ¡Penal! ¡Penal!
Se empieza a ilusionar la hinchada.
¡Está adentro! ¡Gol! ¡Gol! ¡Sí, se patea un penal!
Se viene la remontada merengue, mueven desde el medio. Alexander Arnold. Esto es lateral. Arda Güler.
Vinicius. Hay córner para el Madrid.
Toda la pelota a la cajita.
Controla bien el disparo.
Esto es penal. Esto es penal y lo vio bien la referee. Es penal pero sin tarjeta.
Si la referí dijo que este penal no era para tarjeta, pues a mí me parece muy bien.
Si anota, lo empata.
¡Gol! Con toda la presión encima lo resuelve el penal.
Bueno, en la repetición vemos que el arquero quiso jugársela, adivinar, pero se adelantó un poquito. Y el jugador que pateaba con toda la tranquilidad del mundo define el otro palo.
Francia que busca atacar.
Ahí parece que se viene el centro.
Frenando ahí el ataque rival. Ahí tiene ley de la ventaja el Madrid, Marito.
Aquí con este lo gana.
Esto es penal. Penal, sanciona la referee. Esto puede romper el empate. Bueno, el penal es claro, pero parece que la referee no va a querer.
¡Gol! Convirtiendo el penal en festejo.
La verdad que se tiró bien, pero la pelota fue para el otro lado.
Alexander Arnold. Pierde la pelota. Vinicius. Se le fue la pelota a Vini. Teo Hernández.
Esto va a gol.
Eso va directo al arco.
¿Podrán crear algo ahora que tiene la pelota de nuevo?
Vinicius.
Ojo, ese pase bueno.
Así se defiende el campo propio. Esta puede ser una buena jugada.
La tiene Servilito Liz. Ahí está. ¡Gol! ¡Gol de Francia! Se pone 2 goles arriba ahora.
Una jugada complicada, pero este remate que lo hace ver tan sencillo. Qué bien que se deshace de esa presión de la defensa y marca un golazo.
Y ahora queda sin marca encima más. Puede llegar el descuento. Ahí está.
Mueve la pelota desde el medio y el Real Madrid lo tiene muy cerca el empate.
Bien estado ahí la defensa a la altura de la historia.
Se terminó lo que se daba.
Ahí se prepara el contraataque, hay opciones.
Ahí está, se decidirá por el centro. ¡Tune! ¡Fantástico bloqueo! Y ahora se marca que no para. ¡Pégale, maestro, pégale! ¡Ahí está! Empataron todo con una remontada express.
Vamos a ver de nuevo, por favor, señor director. Este contragolpe que dio un resultado esperado. Y Mbappé que le pega con una máxima potencia y ese disparo sale como un misil.
¡Se fue!
Y ahí sigue entusiasmado, sigue adelante. Es suya la pelota.
Seguro que van a un centro.
A ver qué sale listo.
Bellingham puede ser. ¡Gol! Parecía que todo estaba hecho para este equipo. Ellos deciden escribir otra historia.
¡Ah, mira qué festival de goles! 4-3. Mbappé. Es bueno el envío. Buena defensa ahí in the box. Tremenda posibilidad ahora en la transición rápida. Pierden la posesión de la pelota.
¡Mbappé!
El gol no vale, no vale el gol. Es fuera de juego, Mario.
La verdad, Fernando, que felicitar al referí porque anula inmediatamente la jugada. Bien anulado el gol.
Perdió la pelota Vinicius. A lo que va el espacio, Michael Olés.
Es posición adelantada. Esto que ven acá es el concepto claro de aquello que dice manejar los tiempos del partido. Lo están haciendo bien.
Parece, Fernando, que no piensan hacer otra cosa que seguir dando pasos.
Con la posesión Francia.
Acá se viene algo bueno.
Atentos que puede venir una transición rápida. Ahí sacaron la garra para alejar el peligro. Termina la primera parte en el estadio Santiago Bernabéu. Segundo tiempo en marcha ya. Francia tiene que ponerse a tiro del rival. Está arriba en el marcador por 1.
¡Le pegó Mbappé! Termina el peligro con la intervención del guardameta. Arda Güler.
Dígale adiós a la pelota.
Güler.
Ha llegado muy bien a quedarse con la pelota. Saliba. Desire Doué.
Mbappé. Lo va a empatar ahora. Muy bien el disparo.
Dembélé que manda la pelota a la olla. Y tiene la pelota el arquero. Rüdiger. Ahora Tchouameni. La pelota pasa, va y viene, siempre en el mismo terreno.
Courtois.
Courtois.
Aviso importante para Jules.
Pajarito Valverde.
Se atienda del estadio, por favor.
Müller. Ha perdido el esférico el Real Madrid.
Lindo pase, promete. Recuperó muy bien la pelota y mira dónde. Ojo que pueden pensar en la contra desde acá. Calentamos la garganta, empezamos a gritar a ver qué pasa.
Sí, Mario, ¿qué se podía esperar de Mbappé? Excepcional el jugador francés. Lo ha vuelto a demostrar. Esta jugada podría ser gol.
¡Se viene! ¡Gol! ¡Francia! Francia empata la historia. Se emparejan los tantos.
Tchouameni.
Cambio en el Madrid.
Gran trabajo de recuperación de pelota por la defensa.
No se lo está poniendo, al contrario, nada fácil esta defensa.
Con el 21.
Muy buena jugada y esto promete mucho. Ahí logra meterse muy bien en la línea de pase.
Le falta apoyo en el ataque. Aparece Dubé. Que no la deje pasar, que no la deje pasar. Un bloqueo fantástico ha salvado a su equipo.
Buena posibilidad para una contra ahora.
Le va a pegar Mbappé. Un muro impenetrable esa defensa.
Solo 20 minutos le están quedando a este partido.
¡Mbappé!
Ha recuperado, ahora qué podrá hacer con la pelota. Cone.
¡Ahí le pega el tiro!
Vinicius.
¡Mbappé!
Y esto no va a valer, señoras y señores. Estaba en posición adelantada, queda anulado. Desire Doué. Tiene bastante verde para atacar por el flanco.
Ahí está cerca, puede ser, y está.
Buena es, arquero, bravo, manos. Vinicius. Esto promete mucho. Han sido pacientes y juegan y juegan y juegan esperando un espacio. Balón por el costado para el Real Madrid.
Buen corte, justo a tiempo.
Excelente cómo supo actuar a tiempo la defensa.
Desire Doué. Mbappé.
Lindo pase para buscarla.
Por este arquero es que el partido sigue empatado.
Vaya pedazo de arquero que está demostrando el día de hoy. La verdad que el fanático acá en el Estadio Santiago Bernabéu se está haciendo escuchar. Esto no le está gustando nada el empate, por eso está empujando al equipo blanco. Que sea gol, ojalá que sea gol.
¡Gol! ¡Gol! ¡Qué jugadores que armaron con esto! ¡Se pueden quedar con el triunfo!
Estos goles quedan en la mente y en los ojos del aficionado por mucho tiempo. Realmente cuando ya prácticamente el partido estaba terminado, hemos visto un golazo.
¡Olízala! ¡Al travesaño nomás! ¡Ahí está! siguen sumando y van a ampliar la ventaja. Este equipo está imparable.
Y bueno, acá lo vamos a ver otra vez bien, ¿eh? El primer tiro pega en el palo, pero esos reflejos y ese instinto goleador lo aprovecha el rebote y la manda a guardar. Parece fácil, pero ahí, ¿eh?
Ya solo 3 minutos le está quedando el partido.
Cambio en el Madrid.
Ahora se le fue el balón al otro equipo.
Con el 10, Mbappé. Entrará
Ahí escolta para Camavinga.
Gonzalo.
Se acercarán al rival. Y ahí está tras el rebote en la defensa. Termina en manos seguros. Acá no pasará.
Bueno, me parece que le falta un poquito más de puntería para definir ahí arriba. La defensa estuvo muy bien y el rebote, sí.
Bueno, ya con la derrota consumada, creo que este cuerpo técnico debe estar evaluando lo que ha pasado y
points in the game.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Coming up, let's close out another great week of football with a Sunday night primetime matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Hello to everyone watching. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And in a while, we're going to find out the answer to a question that fans have been asking for nearly half a year at this point. Who is going to represent this conference in the Super Bowl?
All of these coaches and players preach all season long, never look ahead. You can't do it, right? You've got to focus so much on the present. But you know that every man out there is so aware of what's on the line today and where they could be playing in 2 weeks. It's going to be a game-long challenge, no question, to keep the focus on the right here and the right now. Once you've got a win iced away, well, then you can start entertaining those Super Bowl thoughts and those Super Bowl realities.
So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And bringing them out, an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
Okay, you know, this is one of those moments where you can just throw that undefeated record in pursuit of perfection right out the window. It really doesn't matter if they were 17-0 or 9-8 in the regular season. All that matters to him right now, right here, is playing for a spot in the Super Bowl. It's his job to get him there.
It's a gain of 22, and it's good for a New York first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Going to the ground again on first. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's going to get forward for a gain of about 7 on that run. It's second down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. They go right back to Hall. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Pickup of 2 here, and that's good for a Jets first down. Love the way they decided to keep the drive moving, Brock, pounding it forward, sending an early tone on this opening drive.
It sure does, both physically and then mentally as well, because you know and I know successful run often leads to great play-action pass.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Second and 9 at the 20.
Play action, Fields. Pass is cut at the 9. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
now for the second quarter, and the Jets, they've got to look towards that end zone. Paul will not score. The defense holds and stops him short of that goal line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
These guys better change up what they're doing on the ground here, Brock, because this defense has seen right through it these last couple of plays.
Yeah, we bang the drum all the time for staying on schedule. This is the epitome of...
And he's got it! Has a layout for it for touchdown! The Jets get the game's first points here in the second. No doubt about it, Brock. They are trying to take him out of this game from the start. And a touchdown on the opening drive, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations, Kate, where you and I up here in this booth, we can hear it and we can feel it. This crowd senses an opportunity to dig those opponents an early hole that before long might become the grave their season rests in if they don't respond.
Mevis ready to send this one away. Najante Wester to return it. He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. And we are still waiting for the scoring for anybody really to get going as we've hit our 2-minute warning. More from Sunday Night Primetime on the other side. First snap, and Lamar's going to throw. Defense is too much here, and the Jets drag him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Gotta figure out this third down here.
Exit 3rd and 14.
Third and long for him here. Gets him on the in route. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
That's taken at the 15. And that return brings us to the end of our first 2 quarters of play. So we have a 1-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. This makes it up to the 25. Coach Don Harbaugh sending his Ravens offense back to the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Play action now with Jackson. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. On the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. They gain 11 on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. Jackson keeping it himself. And he won't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Good work by the defense. Second down coming up.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, QB keeper, it gets 0.
Out to his right, it's a screen. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side. Third down, Jets into the dime.
That's a game of 3. It's 3rd and
to the air on 3rd and long. He puts some air under it deep down the left. So the heave knocked away from the intended target. That brings up 4th down. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely, and that'll be a touchback. The second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
His push straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Justin Matabike making that stop. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Here's Hall once more. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
A 1-yard pickup.
Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. The Jets have it with a lead, looking to continue their postseason run. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Looking to throw. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Kicks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock. It does force a 4th down. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And this one will careen out of bounds just into enemy territory there. Great spot to start a drive in here. The Ravens headed up 1st and 10. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And after having to call in their punter those first 2 series, they really want to keep him on the sidelines for the duration of this one. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A gain of 15 there. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
It's Henry on the counter. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. All right, here we go. 2nd down. They send a tight end in motion. Lamar now from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and the 11.
He's back to throw. A crucial mistake late. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6.
Gosh, I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception already a terrific effort by everybody involved. But to put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
Revis now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jets double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Here's Wester on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Ravens trotting out their offense. And that last pick 6 might just be the nail in the coffin of their hopes in this one, Brock, as that lead now stretches to 2 possessions.
Well, we get to see now how these guys react to this kind of adversity. Do they shake it off and be aggressive? Because we know they've got to score and score quickly.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
From the pistol, Henry. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
It's a gain of 2.
Clock still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
1st down. 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that draws him in the wrong direction, partner, ahead of Here's second down.
A loss of 4 yards. It's second down.
Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Has some daylight through the 40. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's
To throw. Has his man, it's cut by Andrews. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
6. And the Baltimore first down.
From the gun, Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second.
Brings up second and a yard at the 43-yard line.
Jackson's going to throw again. He'll step up, and there he goes. Now hit, and Jackson loses the ball. But I think Raven was able to gain possession there, so they're going to keep the football.
Recovered by the offense.
And he spikes it to stop the clock just before we reach that 40-second mark. Just over 40 seconds to play as they line up. Second and 10. Now it's Lamar. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. And that's going to leave him with a tough third and long. Throwing now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Clock's still running as the Ravens try hurrying everyone up.
3 yards. And it's fourth down.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. Into the red zone. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, this is teaching tape for not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
Revis now for the extra point.
For the extra point.
Right down the middle. It's good. And the Jets stretch their lead to 21.
21. Ravens nothing. Harrison
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Here's Western on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Jackson trying to get after the pick. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Officials signaling for a timeout, and with 5 seconds remaining, just one last play left in this one.
It's second down.
Jackson to throw it. Oh, the football's loose. And this is scooped up by the Jets. And we get a turnover on our game's final play, Brock, as with that.
Choose which team you'll begin your franchise with.
Lombardi Avenue. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome inside legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers. On the Lions sideline, that presence of Dan Campbell, who's taken Detroit to the playoffs in each of the last 2 seasons. His counterpart on the Packers sideline, Matt LaFleur. His guys come in off what he described as a strong week of practice, looking to put one in the win column in front of these home fans. Mike Tirico with Greg Olsen. We're ready to start year 2 together in the booth. And we're underway at legendary Lambeau Field. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the Lions come out, and they are led again by Jared Goff. Already year 10 in the league, and half of those 10 with the Lions. Remember, took the Rams to a Super Bowl as well. What a year last year, Greg. Second in passing yards in the NFL.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week 1 of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
Once again, it's Gibbs. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. Not what you want to see quarter 1 of week 1. Trying to avoid the early 3 and out. They face 3rd and a yard. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. 20-yard pickup there. First down, Detroit.
It's a gain of 20.
3rd down and short. You decide to hand the ball off. What you're really telling yourself is just pick up enough yards to reset these downs. But in this case, the back had a whole lot more in mind. He saw the crease, and he hit it, and it led to a big gain.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Goff gives it to Gibbs. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Nate Hobbs in from his corner spot to make the stop. 3rd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. It is a huge play for Detroit. An even 40 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions.
It is certainly an ideal way to start a season, Mike. You get the ball first, you come out, you look sharp, you're in and out of the huddle, you're super efficient. Not only do you take the ball all the way down the field, but you come away with 6. And I know they sure hope that this is a sign of things to come, not only for this offense today, but as the rest of this season unfolds.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. Look at him go! Inside the 20. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. were talking about on the last series. But they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. We'll go ahead and just seed the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35. So out come the Lions, and can they get to the Super Bowl? Franchise that has never been to the Super Bowl, but really close the last couple of years. Made it to the NFC title game before falling to the 49ers 2 years ago. And then 15-2 last year, the #1 seed, but stunned by Washington in the divisional round. Feels like a pivotal year for Detroit.
It is, and it almost feels crazy that we're about to say this, but for maybe the first time...
Jahmyr Gibbs inside the 20, and he will score. Jahmyr Gibbs, touchdown Lions. What a start to the year. His second touchdown in this opening half. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. And that back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it, and the Lions will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Hardman now to return it. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. So, Greg, here come the Packers and Jordan Love at quarterback and stability at the head coaching position, 11-6 last year. This division, you've got to be extra good just to be around when the weather gets really cold in January.
Absolutely. In the NFC North, you can make an argument like that it's the best division of football. I mean, Green Bay wins 11 games, and you're third in your own division. So that's going to always be the challenge up there in the North is, can you stay competitive enough? Are there enough wins on your schedule within the division? So that's something that all 4 of those teams are going to face. But playoff team a year ago lost to the eventual champs in the Philadelphia Eagles. So they're close. Matt LaFleur always has his offense kind of on the cutting edge. They're always going to generate points. Defense much improved a year ago. So things are looking up. Now they got to see is, can they compete not only in a difficult division, but what's a very competitive and difficult NFC.
He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Kirby Joseph there to make the play.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
He'll return it from the 11. Less than 2 minutes to play in this first half. Final 2 minutes of this first half when we check in quickly with Scott Hansen. Find out what's coming up at the break. Scott.
All right, Mike. Yes, with 4 games going on here in the late window, we've got plenty of action from the early window to get you caught up on this opening Sunday. We'll have it all for you. Scores and highlights coming up in 2 minutes' time.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Second and 10. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. 7. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6. That's timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their second, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. They'll try it now with Gibbs. 1st down and more to the 45. 20, 15, and he's into the end zone yet again. Jahmyr Gibbs, touchdown Detroit. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Packers offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. Greg, the NFC North has become such a fun division over the last few years. Think of the geography and the legacy. It's always been, because of the proximity, a fun division with great rivalries. But with almost all the teams playing well, save the Bears over the last few years, it's almost heightened the awareness of how good the NFC North can be.
Well, I think going into the season, I make the argument it's the best division in football. And I think when the worst team, I know they were 5-12 with the Chicago Bears, but to me, there's a lot of wins built in there. Now they bring in Ben Johnson, they continue to build around Caleb Williams. That feels like there's a lot more wins built into that 5-12 record. They just get themselves organized and get some pieces around Caleb Williams, and that's what they've done. So, yes, Detroit and Minnesota, Green Bay, they've clearly been the top 3 for the last couple years, but if Chicago and that roster, if that's your 4th best team in your division, man, I'll tell you what, those are going to be some really competitive division games this year.
And I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the length of the franchises, but when these divisions go head-to-head, there always is a legacy feel that just is additive to the... Oh, a loose football! The Lions have got it! In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll run with Gibbs. And he's shedding tacklers left and right, winding his way for a gain of 8. The Lions called their first timeout. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. To throw is Goff. Open man is the tight end right. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. 1st and 10 now from the 36. On play action, Goff. He got one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go play action with Goff. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense, and then what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot, and with timing and accuracy like that, leads to 6.
Bates now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense going to take over just before the half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. Packers going to use their final timeout now as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On play action, Love. Pass caught left side by Likely. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Packers, 1st down.
From the gun, it's Love. They'll be forced to just blow that one away. It's incomplete. On 2nd down, Love. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. All right, Mike, and hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the 3rd quarter.
Jack Fox to kick off.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. A return now from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Packers offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this 3rd quarter. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Devontae Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Devontae Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets. And this is just more of the same, picking up exactly where he left off in the first half. And these numbers, Mike, as you see him, they just pop out at you. I mean, he has been the driving force of this offense from the very start.
On 1st down, it's Goff. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down
begins. A terrific run there, all the way down to the 30-yard line. A gain there of 23 yards. Good for a Lions first down.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Lions.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. Now pass deep for St. Brown. That's to the end zone where it's incomplete. What a job in covering, muscling that one free. It'll be second down
It's
now.
now second and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing here is Goff. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And he will score! Sam Laporta! Touchdown, Detroit.
He's lined up one-on-one, and it's a mismatch from the very beginning. He's just so fast, so big. He's kind of part tight end, part wide receiver, and when you have that type of skill set, it's just going to be hard to stop.
Here's Bates for the extra point. He's got it, and the Lions will extend this third quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Packers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. So, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? If it happens every year, we just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals, and you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattled off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. You could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow was the best player in the league. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Oh, the ball comes out. It looked like a Packer was able to corral it, and indeed, possession stays with Green Bay.
It's now second and 19 at the 30.
Throwing on second down, Love. Aleem McNeil working his way in to register his first sack of the new season.
It's now third down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Headed left, buying time. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the Lions have come up with the football.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight. But it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Tackle made at the 16-yard line. 4 yards.
It is 2nd and 6. Here's Goff. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. That's going to be pretty close. Looked at first glance that he had it in. He does. 1st down.
That's good. We're on line.
And all you can do at this point, Mike, is just really marvel at how well he's been able to run the ball. And throughout the course of the game, they've certainly not been shy in giving it to him. And I think he's held up his side of the bargain.
So a win for the visitors, the Lions. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we...
The players on your team earn some X. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.